Alright, Joey, I'm here. Let's see if I can find those add-ons that you wanted me to review. Oh, here they are. Huh. Well, that was pretty easy. Dang, I forgot about this old place. Sure is filled with lots of old memories. Huh. Well, before I get to reviewing, I just want to take one last look around the old place. Oh, hey, would you look at that? It's the like and subscribe button. Oh boy, I wasted so much time never considering to press these buttons. I never knew that they were always free, but now that I have this chance and this knowledge of knowing that the like and subscribe button are completely free to press, I can press both of them right here, right now. Alright, hey guys, welcome back to another Bendy and the Ink Machine review video. Yes guys, that's right, we are back with more Bendy because we have the brand new Bendy and the Dark Revival player models. This isn't what all my review videos have been recently or anything like that. Save me from this inky madness, the dark puddles. But anyways guys, if you are just now tuning in, my past 3 Gmod Bendy and the Ink Machine review videos have been focused on the Bendy and the Dark Revival models. So recently, you guys know, about over a week ago, almost 2 weeks now, that's kind of insane, but almost 2 weeks ago, Bendy and the Dark Revival came out and it was a beautiful, beautiful masterpiece. I had so much fun when the game came out to live stream it at 3 a.m. at night. And that was a very fun stream. But yeah, I had so much fun when Bendy and the Dark Revival came out, and it's been super cool to see all of these Bendy and the Dark Revival models get ported over to Gmod. So in my past 3 Bendy and Ink Machine review videos, I have been reviewing all of the Bendy and the Dark Revival models that have been ported over to Gmod in the Part 1 player model pack. Now, you heard me correct, Part 1. So in my past 3 review videos, I've checked out all the models from Part 1. So yeah, so the other day Part 2 came out and introduced more characters. So there's more Bendy and the Dark Revival characters to go around for everybody. Now I know what you're thinking, I know what you're gonna say, X-Man, this is like the 4th video you've made on these Bendy and the Dark Revival player models. First of all, I just want to say a huge congratulations to you, because you know you're so hardworking and you're so handsome and stuff, and I just want to kiss your toe. But yes, we are checking out the Part 2 pack in this video. And also to answer some of you guys' questions, are there going to be more Bendy and the Dark Revival models coming out? Yes, this is not all of them. Even all the characters in Part 1 and all the characters that we've gotten so far in Part 2, no, this is not all of the characters. So I have been getting word from the Addon Creator that they are expected to add at least 4 more characters, not included any of these characters I'm going to show off in this review video, but hopefully super soon in a new update to the Part 2 pack, there will be 4 brand new characters from Bendy and the Dark Revival. So if you guys want me to do one last final review video on these Bendy and the Dark Revival characters for a Part 5, make sure to leave a like and consider subscribing. It's completely free and it would mean the absolute world to me. Also, one more final thing before we do hop into today's review video. Yes, we are on a brand new map. We are on a brand new Bendy map. So, yeah, we're going to talk about that guy later. Anyways, guys, so yes, I'm finally on a brand new Bendy and the Ink Machine map. So for my past 3 Gmod Bendy and Ink Machine review videos, I have been on the super old Bendy map. Basically, it came out whenever like Chapter 4 came out for Bendy and the Ink Machine. I believe so. I think it might have been sooner than that. I don't really know, but recently I've been doing all my Bendy and the Ink Machine review videos on the super old Bendy map, and I found out recently that there is actually a Chapter 1 map ported over from the first game to Gary's mod. Now, the cool thing about this Bendy and the Ink Machine Chapter 1 map is that it has events, so you can actually play through this map just like how you would play through Bendy and the Ink Machine Chapter 1. So I'm going to be going over the events on this map as well. If you guys want to check out this map for yourself, the link will also be in the description below, but I will be checking out the map events at the end of this video. So first of all, we will go over all these brand new Bendy and the Dark Revival models, but if you guys want to see how this Bendy and the Ink Machine Chapter 1 map works, make sure to stick to the end of the video for more exclusive X-Man 723 content. Into the review video. Alright guys, so for this Part 2 player model pack, we have 7 brand new Bendy and the Dark Revival characters to check out. Now, before we do check out these characters, I know this intro has been super long. Just bear with me for a second. Keep in mind that this is a part 2 pack. So if you've gotten the part 1 pack, you will have all the characters from part 1. But make sure you go down to the description and subscribe to the part 2 pack so you can get all of these brand new characters, because this part 2 pack is its own separate unique Gmod add-on. So make sure you get it if you guys want to check out these characters for yourself. So anyways, let's go ahead and check out these 7 brand new characters, and the character we are going to start with is no other than the man, the dog, the banjo player, Boris the Wolf. Boris, buddy, old pal, it is so good to see you. I love you, Boris. I love you so much. No homo, though. Unless. So yes, guys, Boris is back in Bendy and the Dark Revival. So in Bendy and the Ink Machine, Boris was actually a pretty main character. We got to meet him at the end of chapter 2. We hanged out with him throughout all of chapter 3, and then he kind of died in chapter 4. Big rips. I'm sorry, buddy. But Boris was a pretty main character throughout Bendy and the Ink Machine. Now, with Bendy and the Dark Revival, Boris actually took a bit of a backseat, and we never really get to see him throughout the entire game. But people have found out that he does appear in the game as an Easter egg. So there's 2 different times whenever you can actually see Boris. Now, I actually missed Boris throughout my playthrough. Because the first time you encounter Boris is right before you go into Heavenly Toys in Bendy and the Dark Revival. So right as you're approaching Heavenly Toys, you're going down the hallway and you see a figure run across the screen. And during my playthrough, I originally thought it was Sammy because I only noticed the overalls and stuff like that. I was like, it's either Sammy or Boris, but I'm pretty sure it's Sammy. No, it turns out it was actually Boris, and I missed my beautiful buddy throughout my playthrough. I'm sorry, Boris. But yeah, Boris can be seen walking into Heavenly Toys, and then he also hops into the ventilation system as he did in the original game. Now, later throughout the game, you can actually see Boris again crawling around through the vents and stuff like that. So it's really cool that they did include Boris in some shape or form, even though he didn't really get to, you know, hang out with Audrey or anything like that, or make a more of an apparent basically, we didn't get to see Boris that much throughout Bendy and the Dark Revival, but I do love the fact that they were able to include him in a couple Easter eggs here and there, so that way we do know Boris is still alive and walking around the studio. So yeah, it's good to have you back, Boris. It's good to have you back. Yeah, anyways, guys, with this Boris the Wolf model, there's actually one skin with this guy, and I was actually very expecting it to get added to this pack. So as you guys can see, Boris here, he's pretty normal, right? Well, if you change his skin to skin number 1, his eyes now glow solid yellow. Now, I know some of you guys probably know what this is, and some of you guys probably have no idea what this is, but this is actually another Easter egg in Bendy and the Dark Revival, and it's actually a bit of a reference to Boris and the Dark Survival. So if you guys do or do not know, there was actually a secret level in Boris in the Dark Survival. Basically, Boris in the Dark Survival, you play as Boris, you run around the studio collecting supplies and stuff like that. But anyways, there was a secret level where Boris would come in contact with Borkus. That is the name of this character right here. So this is not Boris, this is Borkus. Basically the Herobrine version of Boris, where his eyes glow up. And yes, Borkus is considered a bad character, as he would chase down Boris and try to murder him. So anyways, Borkus is back in Bendy and the Dark Revival as an Easter egg out of bounds. So you can only find this guy out of bounds. And if any of you guys remember from my very first Bendy and the Dark Revival review video, I checked out Little Bendy and the Ink Demon. Now, with Little Bendy, he actually has a skin on him where his eyes and mouth glow up. And as you guys know, this is the Wandering Sin Bendy. And he can only be found out of bounds on these little pedestals and stuff like that. And same with Borkus here. He can also be found out of bounds. And he's just very creepy. So he's just a bit of an Easter egg. So, but it was really cool to see this guy make another appearance. So, yeah. So anyways, this is Borkus. Pretty cool. Guys, let me know in the comments, who do you guys like more? Wandering Sin Bendy or Borkus? Let me know down below. Also, keep in mind, guys, that all these models I show off in this review video are player models, so you can actually become them in Gary's mod. But I'm not going to become every single player model in this video because that is just too much effort. But anyways, guys, that is all I really have to say about this Boris model. Again, you can change the skin between regular Boris and Borkus, and that's pretty much it. So anyways, I gotta say, it is super cool to have Boris back in Bendy in the Dark Revival. Even if he didn't have a big appearance, it is still really cool to see a good old glimpse from our buddy old wolf, old pal. So yeah, anyways, glad to see you back, Boris. I missed you, buddy. Next up we have is the creator himself, Mr. Joey Drew. Henry, there you are. I didn't expect you to make it past the 10-minute mark, but oh man, I'm sure glad you're here. Listen, now that you're here, I can trap you in my cartoon world for the rest of eternity, making you suffer over and over and over again until you lose your sanity, because I know I lost mine years ago. Anyways, old friend, if you would excuse me for a moment, I have to go impregnate the ink machine for the sequel game. So, see you later. So yes, guys, that is right. Mr. Joey Drew himself does make a return in Bendy and the Dark Revival. And I gotta say, even though he's a bit of a, you know, cartoon character, I gotta say he looks a million times better than how he looked at the end of Bendy and the Ink Machine. I think we can all agree at the end of Bendy and the Ink Machine, we were all kind of expecting to see someone look more like this than the older version of Joey Drew that we got. So yeah, so anyways, guys, this is Joey Drew from Bendy in the Dark Revival. So we do learn in the game that this is not the real life Joey Drew. So at the end of Bendy and the Ink Machine, we saw a super old version of Joey Drew, and when Bendy the Dark Revival takes place, yeah, Mr. Old Joey Drew, he's dead. But this is Cartoon Joey, and Cartoon Joey takes on the appearance of a younger version of Joey, and we learn throughout the game that this guy is basically existing as a ghost. This is like the ghost of Joey Drew, except it's not. It's only like the main memories of Joey Drew that have been tied into the cartoon world, which have formed Mr. Cartoon Joey Drew, who helps guide Audrey on her adventure to reset the cycle. Anyways, I think I can speak for everybody when we saw Joey Drew in Bendy in the Dark Revival. I don't think anybody expected to see him at all, and I gotta say, I was completely shocked when we first found him. Whenever I heard that voice, I was like, no, wait, no, it can't be, but it is. Mr. Joey Drew, he always comes back. Anyways, with this model of Joey Drew, there's no body groups or skins, he's just perfect the way he is. So yeah, so this is the model of Joey Drew. Again, I have to say I personally love this guy so much more than the version of Joey Drew we had at the end of Bendy and the Ink Machine. I think this is like a redemption arc for himself, just his appearance looking so much better. So but anyways, let me know in the comments down below, who do you guys prefer, the cartoon version of Joey Drew that we see in Bendy in the Dark Revival, or the real old version of Joey Drew that we see at the end of Bendy and the Ink Machine? Let me know in the comments down below, which version of Joey Drew do you prefer more. So yeah, but anyways, guys, that's pretty much it with Joey. As you can see, he's got some ink on his pants, but other than that, he's looking pretty snazzy, Mr. Joey Drew. I'll go get back to work. But anyways, before we move on to the next character, I quickly want to take a step back to Boris, because just like Joey Drew, comparing him to the older version of himself, I want to see what Boris looks like next to his old version of himself. I completely forgot to do a bit of a comparison with Boris, so let's do that right now. So yes, this is the old version of Boris. This is Boris who we saw in Bendy and the Ink Machine, and then we have Boris's newer model. And I gotta say, Boris, have you been going to the gym, big guy? Dang, you're looking much better. So yeah, so anyways, I gotta say, even comparison in the last episode when I was comparing the newer models to the old models, especially like with the Alice's and Henry and stuff like that, and also the Ink Demon, I gotta say I absolutely love all of the newer models that we are given in Bendy and the Dark Revival, and I can say the exact same thing here with Boris. Gotta say, I love his new model so much more than his old model, but his old model will forever hold a special place in my heart. We also have one more person that we can compare to Boris, and that's Tom. So we actually got Tom in the last pack, and we can actually compare him to Boris. So as you guys know, Tom and Boris, they are not the same character, but they're based on the same character. Very similar to how there's two different versions of Alice Angel. There's the one possessed by Susie, and then you have Allison Pendle, who is the other version of Alice. It's the same thing with Boris here. So you got Thomas Connor, which possesses Tom, and we don't really know for a fact who possesses Boris. But a lot of fans theorize that it is Wally Franks, because he used to work with Thomas Connor, doing pipes and stuff like that, cleaning stuff up. So Wally and Tom used to work together, and that's why people mainly think Wally is Boris, since it is kind of confirmed that Thomas Connor is Tom. So a lot of people think that Wally would fit the description of what Boris would be. Also, since Wally seems to have the same type of characteristics as Boris does, displayed throughout Bendy and the Ink Machine. So let me know in the comments below what you guys think. Do you think Boris is his own unique entity, or do you think he's possessed by Wally? Let me know. But anyways, this is a comparison between Tom and Boris. So as you can see, Tom is just basically a roughed up version of Boris. So again, just like from Bendy and the Ink Machine, you know, Tom's got his angry eyebrows, but this time around he's got his ear chopped off, and he also has his snout all scratched up. But Boris over here, he's perfect just the way he is. So yeah, anyways, I thought this was a nice little comparison between the two characters. Also, you can see Tom's overalls are completely dirty, and he's also got some like rips on him and stuff like that. And also, obviously, you know, he's got that mechanical arm, but you know, it's nothing too important or anything like that. So yeah, but anyways, here's Boris and Tom side by side. So also let me know in the comments below, who do you prefer more, Boris or Tom? Let me know. Next up we have is The Lost One. Now, I don't really have that much to personally say about The Lost One, but I gotta say, it is pretty cool to see him make a return in Bendy and the Dark Revival. As you guys know, in Bendy and the Ink Machine, he was kind of one of the main default enemy characters. Well, we only really got to fight the Lost Ones in Chapter 5 of Bendy and the Ink Machine, but we got to fight a lot of them throughout Bendy and the Dark Revival. So, gotta say, Mr. Inky Squidward, it's great to have you back, buddy. So, there we go, The Lost One. He's here as well. So here's a nice little comparison between his old model from Bendy and the Ink Machine to his newer model in Bendy and the Dark Revival. And as you guys can see, there's just so much more detail placed into the newer version of him. So again, gotta go with the newer version. Gotta say though, one of the disappointing things though is that for his feet, he's got these little ink blobs, but on his old model, you can actually see them nice toes. Now, if you are curious, yes, the Lost One does actually have some body groups. So something I thought was incredibly cool to see in Bendy in the Dark Revival is that this is such a small little detail, but it's really cool to see is that there's actually two different versions of the Lost One. First up you have is the default male Lost One, but then in Bendy in the Dark Revival, it actually introduced female Lost Ones. So throughout Bendy and the Ink Machine, there was only male Lost Ones, no female ones, but in Bendy in the Dark Revival, there is also a ton of female Lost Ones as well. So there is now both male and female Lost Ones. So this is what the female Lost One looks like. As you guys can see, it has a bit more of a feminine take on it, and also has hair to, you know, kind of tell the difference between male and female, you know, because all males are bald and females have hair, right? That's how logic works, and genetics and stuff like that. No? Okay. I have to say though, it is really cool to see the female Lost One introduced in Bendy in the Dark Revival. And guys, this is actually great news. This is fantastic. Guys, Bendy and the Dark Revival has solved equality. Let's go! But that's not all, because the Lost One does have more body groups as well. So his next body group is the color version of him. So as you guys know, at the end of Bendy and the Dark Revival, we find out that there is actually color in the cartoon world, and there is some colored ink. And in the final boss battle, when you're fighting Ship Ahoy Dudley, there are Lost Ones that are covered in these colorful ink that charge towards Audrey. So that's a nice little detail right there. It's the colored ink on the Lost Ones. There's also the Lost One with the mohawk. As you guys know, there was the whole Lost One gang part throughout Bendy and the Dark Revival, so there was Lost One gangs and stuff like that. So there's these guys with mohawks and stuff. There's also apparently a secret Easter egg where the Lost Ones throw a huge party and they celebrate by playing guitars and stuff like that. So it's just a whole Lost Ones concert going on. So there's lots of Lost One stuff to go around. So anyways, there's the mohawk. There's also the Widow crown, which we find Lord Abak, I think that's what his name was. I don't remember. Sorry if I mispronounced pronounced it. But yeah, you had this guy, and he was wearing a widow on his head as a crown. So these widows are like the ink spiders in Bendy in the Ink Machine universe. But yeah, this guy was wearing a crown of one, and there is also widow legs that you can also apply to this guy as well. As you can see, he is holding some widow legs right here. Oh, he is holding that deadly. He's gonna chop you up with that. Wah, 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 wah. He's got a special unique weapon right there made out of widow legs. That's not creepy at all. So anyways, his final thing that you can do is the sack. So as you guys know, at the start of the game, whenever Audrey gets her gym pipe, she takes out a lost one that's pinned up to a wall with a sack on his head. Throughout the game, we also see more lost ones with sacks on their head throughout the Allison Angel section of the game. So yeah, so if you want to put a bag on his head, or if you think he's just too ugly, boom, there you go. That is also a nice, incredible detail as well. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the lost one. Now we do have another lost one in this pack, but they are a special character, because next up we have is Heidi. So Heidi is apologies about that. That's normally how I act around females. But anyways, next up we have is Heidi. So in Bendy and the Dark Revival Chapter 4, before you get into the section where there is the cycle breakers, Heidi is standing outside the door, and she wants you to play hide and seek. So you have to play a quick game of hide and seek with Heidi, and then she lets you into the room, and she also gives you a power-up as well. So we don't really see Heidi that much throughout the game, only just for one little mini game part. But it's kind of cool to see some lost ones have personalities and stuff. As you guys know, in the first Bendy in the Dark Revival pack, there was Porter, the most notable lost one right here. As you can see, he's super happy compared to the other lost one. So also, here's a nice little comparison between Porter and the regular lost one in Heidi. So as you can see, Porter, he's a bit more happy and stuff like that, and same with Heidi as well. Yeah, so anyways, Heidi, you know, she just wants to play hide and seek with you around the studio. So yeah, anyways, Heidi here, she does not have any body groups or skins, but she's also included in this pack, so I had to show her off as well. So let me know in the comments down below, who do you guys prefer more, Heidi or Porter? I gotta say, I kind of like Porter more, even though he made a slight bit more of an appearance than Heidi did. But I gotta say, Porter was pretty funny throughout the game. So yeah, anyways, there's Heidi. Next up we have is the Keeper. Now, the Keepers were definitely pretty spooky throughout Bendy and the Dark Revival. So the Keepers, they were never meant to exist in the cartoon world, but they came to life because of Wilson. So Wilson created the Keepers to kind of maintain order around the studio, and to mainly guard the Gent factory, where Wilson's laboratory, well, wait, no, Wilson's laboratory is in his own mansion area where there's more keepers and stuff. So there's just all you need to know is there's a lot of keepers around the place, and they guard things that Wilson wants them to guard, and they're basically like his bodyguards and stuff like that, and they're also pretty powerful too. So in Bendy and the Dark Revival, you cannot kill the keepers at all. They're basically immortal, and but they are pretty slow, and their vision kind of sucks as well. But if they do manage to spot ya, unless you can hide somewhere, you're basically dead. So you definitely do not want to cross paths with a keeper. So yeah, so pretty much in Bendy and the Dark Revival, the keepers were basically second place to the Ink Demon. They were super powerful, but not powerful enough to take down the Ink Demon and stuff. But they were pretty powerful to lock up the Ink Demon in the first place, so you have to keep that in mind. So yeah, but anyways, here's the keepers. As you can see, they got these weird arms. Like, oh my gosh, these things are creepy. Oh my gosh, yeah, and they have like arms coming out of their arms and stuff like that. Like, this is just freaky. So these guys are kind of like stitched together. Also, they have like these giant hands, and they have mechanics and stuff in them. They have gears and pipes and stuff like that, and gears. I already said gears. Oh, I was about to say, it looks like there was the Widow leg coming out of it, but that's from the Widow model. We'll get on to you next, buddy. You just stay patient over there. So yeah, anyways, here's the keepers. Gotta say, these guys definitely did freak me out throughout the game. But yeah, anyways, they only do have one skin, and basically whenever you change the skin, it just turns off their little light bulb. So now the keeper's dead. Rip and rest, Mr. Keepers. I will say, I did not like you guys throughout the game. You guys were very creepy and very, very spooky. Next up we have is the Widow. So we learned in Bendy and the Dark Revival, after Audrey falls through the elevator, she falls into a giant widow nest, where this is the main widow, and all the other baby widows look exactly like this guy, but just teeny tiny and stuff, but this is the main widow that would chase Audrey around and try to kill her for walking in his territory. And I gotta say, this thing is creepy, bro. Listen, I'm not the biggest fan of spiders and stuff like that, but like this thing is just a little disturbing, and it's got like a mouth on the top of its head. So yeah, this thing is pretty spooky. So I gotta say, this section definitely did give me a spook, but it was a pretty easy section. But I did find out after you play the game, apparently if you die to the widow, it will consume you while you're alive. So yeah, guys, Vor is canon in Bendy and the Dark Revival. I'm scared, Mr. Bendy. But anyways, guys, here is the widow model. Now, there is no body groups or skins for this character, thank goodness. So yeah, but anyways, that's pretty much it for the widow. Now, I know I said earlier I wasn't going to become player models and stuff because, you know, they're basically the exact same as the models, but I do kind of want to see what the widow looks like as a player model. So with the power of editing, I will have a super smooth transition where I transform into the widow. Well, it didn't work. Why did it not work? Oh, okay, so I just looked into it, and apparently the widow is the only character in this pack that you cannot become a player model. The one character I wanted to see what it would be like as a player model, you cannot turn into a player model. I mean, I guess it makes sense, because this thing would be really freaky as a player model. Like, how would that work? You would have, like, the legs and then the arm. Like, okay, yeah, this already hurts my brain. So the widow is the only character in this pack that cannot become a player model, but we do have the model itself. So that's pretty cool. But every other character you can become as a model, as a player model in Gary's mod. So, well, yeah, there's that. Anyways, guys, we have one more character to check out. Don't think I forgot about you, Mr. Beast Bendy. So, at the very end of Bendy and the Dark Revival, the Ink Demon and Audrey fuse their powers together to form Beast Bendy, which we already, you know, kind of saw him from the first game. But as you guys can see, this version of Beast Bendy is a lot stronger than the version from Bendy and the Ink Machine, and that version of Beast Bendy was already pretty powerful. Which I actually have the little guy right here. So this is what Beast Bendy looked like throughout Bendy and the Ink Machine. Now, one thing a lot of people didn't really like about this guy, and I have to agree with them, is his legs. He just walks around on his arms and stuff, and he's got these tiny little shrimp legs, and everyone made fun of him because he skipped leg day, and everyone laughed at him, and he cried. He's like, it's not my fault, I got these baby legs, it was just one day, I didn't go for a run. So yeah, Beast Bendy got very upset that everyone made fun of him for having little legs. So this time around, man, this boy is caked up. My gosh, look at them thighs. Okay, his legs aren't that massive and stuff, but they are better than this model's legs. So as you can see, with the Ink Demon fusing with Audrey, he's gained some more power. And here is Beast Bendy. So I'm also very curious, guys, which version of Beast Bendy do you prefer more? Do you prefer the new version or the old version? Because there are some major differences, which the only real major difference is being the legs and stuff. But I gotta say, with this version of Beast Bendy, like looking around the mouth and stuff, he looks more cartoonish. Like, I'm not gonna lie, this guy doesn't really look that threatening, other than the fact he's got these huge muscles. But like, if you look at his teeth and stuff, his teeth aren't really that sharp. They're more like dull teeth and stuff like that, where this guy's teeth were really sharp. So I don't know, this newer version of him seems a bit more cartoonish and stuff like that. That's like my only problem with this new version of Beast Bendy, is he seems a little friendly, which, I mean, I guess it makes sense because it's the Ink Demon and Audrey fused together. So I don't know, I'll just let you guys theorize about that in the comments below. But he does still have the exact same hands, where, you know, you can kind of see between his fingers on his little palms and stuff like that. So I appreciate that little detail right there. But yeah, here's Beast Bendy, and he is humongous. Like, oh my gosh, like, yeah, this is the only downside to playing on this map today, is because this guy is humongous. So yeah, humongous among us. So yeah, but anyways, here's Beast Bendy. I'm sure if you stood him up normally, he would be super freaking tall. But actually, so you can't become the Widow as a player model, but you can become Beast Bendy as a player model. So with the power of editing and a super smooth transition, I will transform into Beast Bendy. Oh, those are some thighs, my guy. So yeah, this is Beast Bendy. He's a big boy. Hey there, Beast Bendy. Are you okay? So yeah, as you guys can see, Beast Bendy is freaking tall. I think this is probably the hugest player model I've ever reviewed on my channel, and I can't even fit him into frame without him bending over. So yeah, but anyways, here's Beast Bendy. This guy is ginormous, and you can run around as him. So you just got some nice little ink legs walking around, walking. Got some little ink legs. They like to go for a walk, cause yeah, Beast Bendy, he ain't skipping leg day. Oh, hello, Beast Bendy. Okay, yep, he's a big boy. So there you guys go. That is all of the brand new Bendy and the Dark Revival models in the part 2 of the player model pack. So again, like I said at the beginning of this video, if you've subscribed to part 1 of the pack, make sure you go and subscribe to part 2, so that way you can get all of these brand new characters. So yeah, I gotta say, it's really cool to see more characters. Also, there will be 4 more characters getting added in a future update to part 2. So again, if you guys do want me to make another review video on this player model pack, make sure to leave a like and let me know in the comments down below that you want to see more. I can go ahead and confirm that one of the characters that will be coming out next is indeed the ink demon lover himself, Mr. Sammy Lawrence. So Sammy will be coming out in a future update. Same with Betty and Ship Ahoy Dudley, and also the Searcher as well. So it'll be pretty cool to see those characters come out. So yeah, whenever they come out, make sure to leave a like and let me know if you guys want to see more, and I'll definitely make a video on them right as they come out. So anyways, that is not the end of this video. This video has only just begun. I'm kidding, it's probably only going to be like 10 minutes longer. But yeah, that's pretty much it for all the brand new models. So I gotta say thank you again to all the hard workers, to all the people who've been working super hard to make this pack come to life on Garry's Mod. So make sure to go check out Thick Pyro's YouTube channel, link in the description below. Go give him lots of love. He's been working non-stop on this pack. Also same with Why Not Boy. So they both have been working super hard, and they deserve a lot of credit. Same goes for everyone else who has worked on this Bendy and the Dark Revival player model pack. So thank you to all of you guys for working super hard on this pack. Can't wait to see another update come out super soon. So yeah, anyways guys, let's go ahead and check out this map. So at the start of this video, I talked about this brand new Bendy and the Ink Machine Chapter 1 map, which this map has actually been out for quite some time. I'm not gonna lie, I only just got around to seeing it now. So this is a events map of Chapter 1 from Bendy and the Ink Machine. So I'm gonna reset the world really quick, and we can explore the studio together. So yeah, let's hop into it. So doopity doop. Dear Henry, it seems like, oh my gosh, this message is super bright. So yes guys, this is the Bendy and the Ink Machine Chapter 1 events map. If you guys want to check out this map for yourself, I will also have a link to it in the description below as well, alongside all of the add-ons I showed off in this video. So here we go. This is Bendy and the Ink Machine events map. So I should probably play this with no hands. So let me go ahead and switch to empty hands right here. So when actually you spawn in this map, you actually spawn in Joey Drew's apartment. A little reference to the ending of the game of Chapter 5, where you start off as Henry, you know, in Joey Drew's apartment and stuff, and then you know, you walk around, you break his mug, you throw everything because you're like, oh my gosh, this dang man, he made an ink machine, he made a monster out of everything. I don't even know if I'm a cartoon or whatnot. Yeah, so anyways, you know, that's basically how this cutscene went, right? So anyways, you walk into Mr. Joey Drew's kitchen. He's like, oh, there's Mr. Joey Drew. How's it going, Joey Drew? And yes, there is actually voice lines as well. They are super quiet, so it is kind of, you know, hard to hear.
You have questions. You always do.
I do have lots of questions. Also, the music in his apartment is also playing. Okay, maybe it's no longer playing. I may or may not have broken it. But yeah, so anyways, here's Joey Drew. You can go ahead and talk to him for a bit. There's this room right here, which I believe... Oh, Wanderers... Alright, you know what, Mr. Joey Drew? There's a better model of you out there. So, I'll catch you later, old friend. So, anyways, let's just go through this... Wait, where's my hands? Okay, there, yeah. Let's go ahead and go in through this door right here. Bada bing, bada boom. Here we are.
Let's see if we can find what you wanted me to see.
So yeah, we go ahead, hop on in. So here we are as Henry walking around in chapter 1. So you can actually interact with things, and yes, there are voice lines for Henry as well. So, you know, here we are in the studio. It's super dark in here without those lights I placed earlier. So yeah, so here's Joey Drew Studios. Now, as you guys can tell, this is not the final version of the map that we do see in Bendy in the Ink Machine. This is actually the version of chapter 1 right before the final version of chapter 1 came out, if that made any sense at all. So it is a little outdated, but it's really cool to have in Gary's mod anyway. So yeah, so anyways, here we are at the studio. You know, all these doors are locked and stuff. Gotta say, I love the detail to the door lock sound effect. Anyways, if we walk in here, you know, we got Henry's old desk.
I wasted so much time in this chair.
Yep, you sure did, buddy. You sure did waste so much time. So yeah, we got Henry's desk. You can interact with it. We also do have this boarded off area, which you can actually see some stairs, which, yeah, this used to be in Bendy and the Ink Machine, but then the final version of chapter 1 introduced a brand new workroom for the employees, which Henry can walk into. But it used to be a stairway in the older versions of the chapter. Also, if you no-clip into this room, you can actually see a Wandering is a Sin Bendy right here. So and these stairs don't go anywhere. They're just kind of there for decoration. So yeah, but anyways, if we walk around, you know, we already saw this main room. You can't interact with the projector like you could in the original game, but we do have these cutouts. I don't think you can break them. No, they're just they're kind of here. Oh wait, oh no, you can't break them, but if you wanted to, you could remove them. Anyways, continuing to walk through the studio, we got this nice little sign, tells you where everything's at. Dreams come true. And all these doors are locked. But anyways, we can make our way to the Ink Machine. Look at that, guys. It's the old version of the Ink Machine. Oh, it's here. Joey, what were you up to, old buddy? Yeah, I wonder how we turn it on, indeed. So yeah, so this is the old Ink Machine room. Obviously, in the final game, you have to raise the Ink Machine on chains and stuff like that. But in the original game, it used to just be an Ink Machine plopped in a room. So there we go. But, and also, as you can see, this room also used to not be here, where it's like the employee break room and stuff like that. I believe this room also isn't here as well, where the music disc would be. So there's a lot of, you know, stuff missing. But this is a pretty old map. Also, this room right here next to Boris's is not there as well. But we got a nice little Bendy cutout. How's it going? Just walking on through. Doopa-doopa-doop. Oh my gosh! It's a piece of wood! Mr. Wood! Get out of here! There we go. So yeah, the nice little wooden plank is also there. But if we walk on over here, we have the main power room.
How do I get this to work?
So yeah, so in this room, there's all the pedestals, and we gotta find all of the items and place them on it. So as you can see, we can't use the lever yet, so we gotta find all these items. Oh, hello, Mr. Bendy. I'm not gonna lie, that kind of spooked me for half a millisecond. I kind of forgot about you. But anyways, if we... Yeah, I don't know who put this here. It's probably the map maker. You know, I would assume he would put this here. How's it going, Boris?
Joey, what were you doing?
So yeah, Boris is all ripped up. Rip and rest, Boris. I hope you're doing good. So yeah, who's laughing now? Yeah, this is creepy. Yeah, and we all, you know, we used to think this was Joey, but we find out later that this was Alice who tortured this Boris right here. So rip and rest, little Boris. Which you can also walk into this room.
What the heck is this?
And find the Meatly. How's it going, Mr. Meatly? You doing good? I hope you're doing good. So, anyways, walking on through, I believe we can actually walk on over here. That door is locked, but is the audio... Oh, the audio tape is not here for Wally Franks. Huh, how very interesting. Let me just go on in this room. Oh, here's the audio tape. So with this map, there's actually a nice little, you know, entrance from right here to this hallway over here in this nice little closet. I thought this was kind of a nice little detail to have. But if you interact with this, this is Wally's tape. Okay, I'm not going to listen to all of it because it's pretty long, but it's there just in case you want to know. I don't think there's anything in these closets at all. If we walk on down here, there's no Bendy that pop around the corner. Oh, but we do have this. Oh, we got bacon soup. Bacon soup. Let's go. So we do have the projector room. looks like there's nothing really, you know, going on in here. Unfortunately, we can't really press the flow button yet. We got to go find all the ink machine parts and stuff like that. So I'm pretty sure most of the parts are in this room right here. Yeah, they're all just kind of thrown in this nice little section. They're not really hidden around the map. They're all just kind of placed on this table, but we can pick them up and take them to the ink machine room. So we got the nice little Bendy plushie, and we can plop him down right there. Okay, Mr. Bendy plushie, I'm gonna plop you there. There we go. That's how you place it, right? All right. So now we just gotta go, you know, back and forth and grab the rest of the items. So we got Mr. Wrench. All right, Mr. Wrench, here we go. Gonna go put you on the pedestal in the holy ink machine room, so we can start up the machine. Where's the wrench go? It goes right there. There we go. Now it's time to go find the gear, which I believe the gear is actually in the ink machine room, which I saw this earlier. Yep, here's the gear. Gonna steal this, Mr. Gear. You're gonna make things work again. So yeah, it's very questionable, like how it's these 6 objects that start up the ink machine, because as we learned from Wally's audio tape, that these things were donated from other employees. So somebody donated a gear, which is very, very interesting. But we still need the book, the music disc, and the carton of ink. So I believe the ink in the book are in the starting room. So yeah, we have the ink, which I don't know why there's just a valve handle right there. I don't know if that's supposed to represent the music disc. That's the only thing I haven't really seen yet, is the music disc. So I don't know if we have to go somewhere else to find it or what. But we could try the valve in place of it. So there's the ink cart, and then we gotta go all the way back to grab Mr. Joey Drew's book, The Illusion of Living. Here we go. Here's the book. How's it going? Can we flip it around to see its beautiful cover? Oh wait, I think the other side was the cover. It's so dark in this room, I can't really see. Can we get some light for it? You know? Oh wait, no, that's the back of the. Is this the front of the? Oh, here's the front of the book. Oh, there it is. Oh, look at that texture quality on that model. Oh, there you go. We can easily read all those words on that cover. So let's take the book in here, and now the only thing we're missing is the music disc. And I don't really see the music disc. There was the valve handle. I think maybe in placement of the music disc, it might be that. I know in the original game, you would have to go into this room right here. Oh, it does open. Okay, here we go. Here's the music room. Can flip the switch. But yeah, it doesn't look like the music or the record is in this room at all. But you can go into it, so that's pretty good. Got all these bacon soup, so gulp, 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 gulp. And also you can interact with the music as well. That's pretty cool. So I don't really see a yeah, I'm not really seeing a little music disc anywhere. So I think we are supposed to use this unless there is a music disc somewhere else. Let's just take a nice little look around the place before we take that valve. Yeah, I think in placement on this map, instead of the music disc, I think we do use the valve right here. So let's go ahead, pick this up, and take it on over to the ink machine. So now, if we go back into this room and place it on here, where is it? Boom, and boom. Did it work? No? Okay, this is normally the part where we have to go and press the flow button. So there we go. We got the offerings and stuff like that. Let's go ahead and walk back. You can't open these doors. Let's go ahead. Yep, nothing. There was nothing in here. Yeah, nothing. I don't think there's anything, you know, displayed in this room. Just some old tapes. There we go. We can press the flow button now. So now the ink pressure is going. So now we can turn on the machine. So now let's go ahead and walk back. As you can see, this place is getting a little spooky, you know. How's it going, Bendy? Gosh, this place is creepy without lights on. But now if we walk back over into this room, as you can see, we have all the objects. And now we can turn on the ink machine. There we go. We can flip the switch. The power has been turned on. Oh gosh, this is kind of creepy. Well, let's walk on back. Little ink demon Bendy, you know, he's still chilling right there. You good, Boris? Alright, see you later, buddy. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and walk on over to the ink machine. Why is... How am I supposed to get back to the ink machine? What? Okay, so this door closed, which, I don't know if it was. Oh, we can actually walk back through here. Oh, that's probably why this room's here. So we can walk through here. Now we can go over to the ink machine. Oh, it's all boarded up now. Huh. You know, I could just, you know, leave and stuff like that, but might as well go ahead and see what this ink machine is, you know, all about. Alright, Joey, let's see what you've been hiding back here. Hello, Mr. Ink Machine. Let's go back here. Ah, it's Bendy! It's Beta Bendy! Oh my gosh, everything's covered in ink. Oh my gosh, everything's flooded. So yeah, in Chapter 1, Bendy does not chase you at all. You cannot die in this section. So if you kind of stand here, you know, it's a little anticlimactic, but what you're supposed to do is run, so I'll pretend. I'll be like, oh no, the Ink Demon! Oh, and there's missing textures under here. Oh, that's more scary than the Ink Demon himself. Missing textures! I gotta get out of here. And as you can see, this main room has been completely caved in. Mr. Joey Drew, oh no! Alright, let's get on out of here, boy. Ah! And then we fall deeper into the studio. Oh no. Let's go ahead and drain this ink away. Oh god. Oh, and the chair's floating. That's a nice little detail. Oh, you have to hold it. Okay. Uh-oh. Wait. Mr. Ink, you want to go away? Do we have to keep holding this? You good there? The valve is still slowly turning. Oh, there we go. Okay, I think we drained all the ink. So, there we go. Now, we do not have Thomas Connor's audio tape down here. But, as you can see, you know, everything's here. We got some bacon soup. You know, how's it going, Bendy? How's it going? So, yeah, now we got these spooky stairs. So, we got some more valves. But, we can just go ahead and walk on down here the rest of the way. So, I think I drained the entire thing with that one valve. Oh, hello, Mr. Bendy Cutout. Poor guy. He's kind of dead. But we can open up this door. And, oh, the trusty crowbar. Let's go. Chop your way out with the crowbar. Let's go, guys. We got the crowbar. Let's go. Which I can actually use an axe. I don't think I know there was an old Gmod add-on of Bendy in the Ink Machine weapons, but I don't think I have those anymore. So we can actually use a different weapons pack. Which gives us an axe. So we can use let's use a Minecraft axe. Okay, we'll use a diamond axe. Okay, boys. Alright, we're going chopping down here in the studio. Alright, let's go chop. Oh, this is very effective. Boom, boom. Just chop all this up. There we go. Mining away. I'm mining for some diamonds today. Let's go. So yeah, you can chop all these away, which I'm pretty sure it's also just one hit with the crowbar as well. Yeah, it is. But there we go. So we got our axe. Now we can break open this door. And oh, we have to break that one too. Open it up. Ooh. And as you can see, the way behind us has been blocked off. There's only one way to go, and that's forwards. Huh? Is that a satanic circle? Huh? You know what? I think I'm gonna stand right in the center of it. Oh. And that's the end of the map. So yeah. So there we guys go. That is it for the Chapter 1 events map. So, I gotta say, it was super cool to see Chapter 1 come back. It would have been really cool to see if it was the final version of Chapter 1, but I understand because, you know, Gmod has its limitations and stuff. But since we did get an event map of Chapter 1, it would be super cool if we could somehow in the future get a events map of Chapter 2 from Bendy and the Ink Machine. So, I gotta say, it was a lot of fun going through Bendy in the Ink Machine in a Garry's Mod style. So, yeah. Anyways, if you guys want to check out this map for yourself, it'll also be linked in the description below. Also, if you're wondering where this room takes you, basically you can open up this door and it takes you back to Joey Drew's apartment. So this room is basically where Mr. Joey Drew's you know, bedroom is supposed to be. So yeah, there we go. Gotta say, I had a lot of fun playing through this map. Super cool. So how's it going, Joey Drew? You doing good in there, buddy? Nope, just staring off into space as always. All right, old friend, I'll leave you to it. Oh wait, hold up. Hey, Mr. Joey Drew, you wanna do an outro for my video? I know you do. Come here, old buddy, old pal. Oh, we can't. Oh, wait. There we go. We can't walk in here. All right, Joe Drew. You get to do the outro for my video. Okay, buddy? Alright, listen up, you whippersnappers. Pretty sure it's the end of the old teleprompter or whatever this thing is for. But anyways, it's me, Mr. Joey Drew, in the flesh, and I just want to say, come down to my studio. It's pretty cool. You can check it out, link in the description below. Same with all of my inky creations from the Ink Machine. You know, you can check out the add-ons too. They're also linked down below. And while you're looking at the bottom of this little video here, you can press that subscribe button, that like button. I don't really know what what that means because I'm from like the 1970s or whatever. I'm pretty old. I don't really know what it means. So if you could click those buttons and find out what they mean for me, that would be pretty poggers. That's what all the cool kids say nowadays, right? Anyways, that's it from me, Mr. Joey Drew. I hope you kittens enjoyed this little cartoon I put together today. I made it with my own fingers and I drew it with the pencil. So at the end of the day, all you need is a pencil and a dream. Thank you for watching. Check out the add-ons and maybe I'll see you next time. Bye bye, kittens. Time to go start up the ink machine and give birth to my daughter. Bye bye.